ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Welcome to episode 6 of the Invest in Blueprint.
Welcome.
Hey.
We got the Christmas edition.
Yeah, it's been a really transformative year, PJ. I think you would agree. We've been through a lot, and I think this show for me has helped to keep some normalcy, like a little bit of something to look forward to for sure.
Yeah, and it's for me, it's also been consistency too, right? Because prepping for this show and just making sure I stay on top of keeping up with the analysis and all that type of stuff for my own portfolio. But yeah, man, it's been a wicked year.
Yeah, it has. And just so everybody knows, we always put the disclaimer at the beginning. This is not financial advice.
Nothing that is said during this show should be construed as investment advice. Remember to conduct your own analysis and seek your own financial advisor before investing. This show is brought to you by Signature FX.
That's it right there. There. And we're just making sure, we're covering ourselves. As you'll hear in the interview, this is a journey. We don't have all the answers, and we're just putting forward the way we see it. I think I can you hear some bells? I hear some bells. I think Andrew's on his way. I think he's coming. All right.
Merry
guys
Christmas,
are really
gents.
Nice. 10 points.
How we doing, guys? But
everything's good, man.
Yet again, you've got the transport wrong, guys. It wasn't Santa's sleigh. I'm more of the sleigh from National Lampoons, to be honest, guys. That's more like it. But I don't fit in it, to be honest. But guys, what a show we got today. Really looking forward to it. And we got a really, really special guest. And I suppose, Mandela, this introduction's over to you.
Yeah, thank you very much. We are very excited to introduce Swanee. So without further ado, let's get over to that interview.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, it's my pleasure to welcome our extra special guest, none other than Mr. Ryan Swan. Ryan was the person that got me interested in trading all the way back in high school. Ryan used to spend his lunch hours researching stocks with a mutual friend, Zakumo, and instead of going outside and playing basketball or going swimming, they would research stocks. He went on to become a full-time trader, and we're going to go into all this information and more, but let's start off with, how did you get interested in trading in the first place, Swanee?
How you doing, fellas? Thanks for having me on. It's nice to be here. I'm a big fan of what you guys are doing, Signature FX. My journey started back in high school, as you mentioned. It was around 13 or 14 years of age. So I was watching TV and the channel flicked to like CNBC or one of those business channels, and the flashing ticker down the bottom just sparked my interest. So I remember asking my dad about it, and he started to explain a bit, and then it kind of started from there, just learning a bit here and there and reading up on stuff. And it got to the point where myself and a friend in high school, we would, instead of going out at like recess and lunch and stuff, one of the teachers would let us use his computer, and we would be checking stock prices and tracking stocks that we had, identified might be worthwhile, that type of thing. So it started there and kind of grew. After high school, I went overseas to England, but in high school, my dad had opened me a small trading account with TD Ameritrade, put like a couple $1,000 in it. So I got my feet wet just investing in stocks that week. Identify ones I wanted to invest in and buying a few shares, seeing how it did and stuff. I went away to school in England for a couple of years, but I remember the first summer coming back, I didn't get a summer job. My dad funded that same account with a bit more money, and myself and the same friend from high school, we spent the entire summer day trading. So, every day, it was pretty cool. Every day I would go to his house early. We would do some market prep, check, what stocks were moving, what news was happening and stuff. And then we would trade for the entire day. So that was for maybe 2 months. We ran that account. We did all right, made a bit of profit. I remember come like mid-August, we took all the profit we'd made out and went on a trip to see Jay-Z in concert. So yeah, looking back, probably should have saved the profit, but when you're young, that's what you do, and you have a little money. So that was 2000.
How old were you around? Like what age were you around that time?
That was summer 2003. So I would have been
18.
Yeah, 18. Going 18 because my birthday is September. So yeah, 17 going 18. So that was my first little taste of day trading. I went to university in Canada with you guys, actually, PJ and Mandela, and all through university I was trading, as well as studying. So yeah, I was day trading stocks. I'd gotten into options then, stock options. I'd also been introduced to FX, Forex. So this must have been 2004. Yeah, 2004 is when I got introduced to Forex, and I started learning as much as I could about that. It was still kind of not newish, but retail Forex trading wasn't that popular back then. So there wasn't a lot of info out there, but again, my dad, I was chatting to him about what I was looking at and learning and tested strategies and stuff. So he funded another account for me, a Forex account. And in a couple of years, I really kind of honed in on Forex. So I started day trading Forex pretty rigorously in university. And it got to the point where I was skipping class and stuff to trade in the library, in my room. I would be up, setting alarms for 2-3 in the morning to get up and trade the European Open and stuff like that. And it was great because I was making good money at times, but it did take a toll on my health, the early hours and stuff like that. So it was the good and bad there. I can recall a funny story. Well, not funny looking back, but I can recall one day I skipped class, was in the library, and in one day I lost 5 figures. I won't give the exact amount, but I lost 5 figures in one day. So that was an eye-opener, and it took me almost 3 weeks to make that money back. So that's the first lesson in risk management there. So that was college, and I got through college, but it was amazing how I did, because I wasted a lot of time. But yeah, after college, I day traded full time out of college, and that was my job for probably 6-7 years after college. I picked up a little summer job running a water sports company as well, but that was more to get me out of the house and stuff like that. So
I think that's I just think that's a career people dream of, to be day trading and to be doing it full time. But for me, I'm really interested in a young Mandela. So when you guys met up, and I want to know the story is really how Mandela got into the trading and Forex with you. So from me, when I first met Mandela introduced me to stocks. Mandela introduced me to Forex, and obviously your name had been mentioned, I think, back in 2012. And Mandela gave me a really, really hard time of getting into Forex. He wouldn't share any of the secrets, and I really had to dig deep, go through baby pips and afterwards. Mr. Miyagi training before I could even talk to this guy about doing a real live trade. So with Mandela, how did Mandela sort of approach you, and how did he get into it?
We've been friends since high school. We were in a music group together. We were both out in university together in Canada. We DJ'd together. So he would always, we'd be all hanging out a lot. So he would always, ask me what I was up to, what I was doing, and we would chat about stuff. And then, he started getting a bit more interested in the investment and finance stuff. So we would chat a bit more. I recall mentioning Forex too, and telling him about baby pips, I think. Because that's one of the first tools that I used when I was learning about Forex, and it was really good. They had the little school you could go through and stuff like that. So Fub would always bounce ideas off me and get into the investments more and more as time went on. He's branched out and developed his own sort of strategies and stuff. He would always bounce stuff off me.
Yeah, I think the same sort of way that I treated you, Andrew, in a way was kind of how I felt me and Swanee's relationship was at times. So I felt like Swanee had kind of shot off into this almost full-time trading thing. I was always curious about it. And there was a few times, I don't know if you remember, I would come up to your house and you would kind of show me, you know, your setup, your trading desk, and some of the things you were looking at. But I think you had kind of developed your own processes and your own set of rules and stuff. And it was always something that I wanted to learn more about. And you would always kind of give me that motivation and say, you know, just have a look at this or think about this concept or that concept. So for me, it was really the spark. The thing that got me interested in trading was seeing your success and seeing how you kind of made it into a career for the most part. And I really admired that. You had a lot of courage to kind of go out and do that at such a young age.
I would say the same. I mean, I remember you would ask questions and stuff, and I would tell you bits and pieces. But when you're doing it and you've studied it and stuff like that, it's difficult to just tell someone else everything you know, or try to even, because it's better to learn, on your own, trial and error, and find your own path. I would say, but I mean. And I learned stuff from Fubs as well over the years. He would tell me something he's looking at or whatever. I'm like, yeah, that's cool. I'll check it out. And he's doing well with the FX and stuff like that. I remember you were showing me your Saxo account and stuff like that. And this was after I had stopped kind of day trading the Forex, because I stepped away from the day trading of Forex because of those swings. I mean, I mentioned to you a huge loss I had. I mean, I would have huge wins, but the swings kind of took a toll. So I branched back out to stocks and really honed in on stock trading eventually.
Yeah, so I'd say, Swan, you've been a great teacher and great mentor for Mandela, because that's what he's been for me. So he was a bit tough for me when I first met him, but that toughness has paid off. So I wouldn't be where I'm at today, without the support and help from Mandela. So I suppose ultimately, Swan, that's thanks to you. So kudos, thank you very much.
Sure, I'm glad to see where it's taken, guys. Even PJ, everybody's kind of branched out, and it's definitely an interesting world, the financial world, and there's so much to learn, so much you can experience and get involved in. So everybody can learn from everybody, I would say.
Listening to you speak and how you mentioned explaining to people your journey or trying to tell them about what you know, it really makes a lot more sense now, because at one point I'm like, these guys are trying to keep all these secrets to themselves, you know what I mean? Because I was that overly enthusiastic. I'm hearing about successes, and I was introduced to stocks and stuff at 14 through my father, but I think he had the typical sort of understanding of it. I don't think he had his job, and he just viewed it as almost like a part-time hustle, whereas I wanted to take it as a full-time career. So hearing that you had found that type of success for a bit, you have your reasons for going in and out, but it was just like, when I used to see, I think it was at somebody's wedding, man, I'm like, oh, now's finally a good time to sit off and talk to you about it. And you're just like, yeah, here and there. I think we were talking about penny stocks or something at that point. The guy, Tim, somebody, he has the penny stock.
Sykes, yes, Tim Sykes.
Yes. So we were mentioning, talking about that, but everybody hadn't seen each other in years. It was almost like a high school reunion, so we couldn't get a real conversation going. But I completely agree with how it's very difficult to sort of tell somebody everything in a conversation. You've taken years and years to go through this.
A funny story about Tim Sykes. I was with a group of traders in Vegas. Gosh, I can't remember the year. And Tim Sykes was there doing some sort of I don't know if it was like a event or something he does, a conference. So we went to it, and Tim Sykes was basically, the moral is Tim Sykes is more of a marketer than anything, because he was sitting there having people take pictures with him, and he had a briefcase full of $100,000 cash, and he was taking pictures with people with this briefcase. And we looked at him like, this is some sort of a joke or whatever. Anyway, yeah. So I met Tim Sykes, or I saw Tim Sykes. I didn't actually go. I mean, we laughed after we saw that he was, rather than teaching people about investing, he was taking photos with them with briefcase of cash.
Trading rock star.
Yeah.
As I say, Swanee. So just a question for myself is, I fell into the trap of following traders on Instagram, where ultimately they were never sharing technical analysis, or they were never sharing a method. They were always sharing a Rolex watch, or they were sharing
for sure,
and just what's your advice, to anyone who's watching the video, to stay away from these red flags or sharks? What do you think of these guys on Instagram? Are just like they're selling a lifestyle, in my opinion.
Yeah, no, I agree. Because I've seen them and come across them as well. I mean, there's something to be learned from guys like that. Some of them are decent traders, that have done moderately well, or they might be doing really well. But I always like to say that the best traders, like we were talking about earlier, the best traders are in the background. They're not flashing all their stuff. They're not selling a course or selling, subscriptions and stuff like that. They're doing their thing, going about their business, giving out little bits of info, but they're not, in your face with their Lambos and stuff like that. They're saving for a rainy day. They're making money every day and then going to play golf and stuff like that. So, I would say it's nice to see and stuff, but just be careful what you believe and what you follow. As we said earlier, it's best to just learn as much as you can yourself, and, read what you can, study what you can, see what works, see what doesn't work, but do it for yourself. Don't follow someone else or aspire to be someone else. I mean, I was having this conversation with Fub the other day, because, I was like, well, I'll come on and do the chat with you guys, but I don't think I'm an expert or anything like that. And I don't want to come across like that. I'm learning every day, as I'm sure you guys are. And I think I'm going to be learning every day till the day, I drop. So that's how I approach it. Every day is a learning experience. Every day you can be better than the day before.
Are you trading at the moment? And if you are, what's your top 3 trades, or what's your top 3 stocks? What anything you're looking at for the end of 2021, 2022?
I do day trade here and there when I have free days. I have a full-time job now as well. But I do get, time off. So day trading, I've always day traded small cap stocks, momentum, primarily short selling. And then I also day trade options occasionally as well. And then I have a lot of longer term stuff now, planning for the future. So yeah, I invested a lot in growth stocks, dividend stocks, a little bit of options longer term as well, some ETFs, just diversifying. But the stuff I'm doing daily is small cap momentum and options.
Do you have an opinion on crypto? Is there any cryptocurrency that you would say, I'm behind that, I think it's a good project, or I think it's got good legs for the future?
Right, so crypto is interesting. I watch you guys show for my crypto advice.
Good answer.
To be honest with you, right? One of the things I was remembering when we were talking about this, I figured you guys would ask me about crypto. One thing I think is important is investing in things you know about and you're familiar with and stuff. I'm going to be honest, I don't know much about crypto, so I've steered clear of it. Now, a few years ago when crypto craze kind of really started, I jumped on board and opened a little, crypto account and bought a bit, small amounts of Bitcoin, and got sucked into this, the stuff we were talking about, the guys showing the flashy returns and stuff. So I lost a bit of money in the BitConnect thing, and some of those schemes that happened when Bitcoin craze first started. So I don't have much of an opinion on crypto right now. I watch it and I see what's being talked about and stuff, but I don't know much about it, so I steer clear of it because I'm more in tune to invest in things I know about and I'm familiar with. But a funny story, in 2014, a friend of mine at the time came to me, and I don't know if you guys were following crypto in 2014, but a friend of mine came to me at the time and said, "Hey, have you heard about this stuff called Bitcoin?" And I was like, "No, what's that?" And he started explaining it to me. I was like, "Yeah, whatever." He's like, "Yeah, man, it's the next big thing, And at the time, you're gonna laugh when I tell you what the price of Bitcoin was at the time. But Bitcoin was trading around $700 at the time, and he's like, "Yeah, we should buy a couple." And I said, "You buy a couple, man. Whatever. I don't know what you're talking about." So, yeah, missed the boat on that.
No, same story here, and it's a shame I don't, I don't back up WhatsApp messages, because I think me and Mandela, I'm pretty sure I was in Casablanca at the time, and yeah, Bitcoin was coming in at $750, and me and Mandela were having a bit of a back and forth, and I was like, "That's a bit risky, $750."
Yeah,
here we are now.
Because I was thinking of it as like a stock, and I wouldn't, why would I buy a stock for $700? I would buy something cheaper. So I was like, I'm not buying that.
The beauty about it, I could say now, is we have the luxury of hindsight, and looking at that, we could see the patterns, and if you do technical analysis, and you could apply that to the crypto market to benefit you. So that I think everything works out in its time, and we're still early.
I agree.
I guess just in terms of being in the game for a long time, because a lot of people will start investing or have a little bit of an interest in it, and majority of people will lose that passion. It could come down to losing too much money, takes too much time. What sort of things have you found over the years really helped you to persevere and to really be successful with it? And what sort of things would you suggest to other people who may be struggling to stick with investing?
I would suggest thinking a little longer term. Think of, the power of compound interest and stuff. Like what might seem like a small little gain today, you do that every day or every week or every month, and in 2-3 years time, you'll be sitting pretty. I mean, it's easy to get discouraged, especially when you have losses. And it's easy to get discouraged when you might take a small profit and then watch whatever you invested in go to the moon, So, but yeah, think bigger picture. I mean, you got to think that the investing world it's a way for the smaller guys and the people that don't have a lot or whatever to get better off or make themselves a little better. It gives you, a leg into what a lot of these big rich guys are using to make a lot of money. I mean, the banks, you can put your money in the bank and, it'll be probably safe, but it's not going to appreciate at all. And it's not really going to do much for you in 5-10 years. So, read up on something simple like a mutual fund or whatever, open a little account and put aside some money in that and just see where it takes you. It's very easy to make, even 1% over a year, and it's better than losing money keeping your dollars in a bank account,
So you mentioned earlier about small cap stocks, and Forex is something that you're familiar trading. Are those your favorite assets to trade, or do you branch out on anything else like futures or?
Right. So I've traded a little of everything. I've traded stocks, options, obviously Forex. I've traded spot commodities. I've traded Forex futures. I've traded oil futures. And I've traded, I wouldn't call it trading crypto, but yeah, I got into the BitConnect stuff and all of that. But right now, I'm trading stocks and options. In terms of favorite things to trade, I really enjoy trading the Forex. We used to day trade the euro dollar and scalp it and throw lots of lots and just, pull out a good bit of money. But that's, we also lost a good bit when we would lose. So that was fun. But yeah, I would say out of everything I've traded, I've enjoyed Forex, and then what I'm doing now, the stocks and options. The small cap momentum is a lot of fun, especially when you get action, as I like to call it. You guys probably remember the Kodak action. You've had some other stuff recently, GameStop and stuff like that. That's the stuff that I enjoy. I mean, it's tricky, but it's good. It's good fun. So yeah.
But that was my next question, being that you had brought it up. How do you? Two questions actually.
Sure.
What was your source for, I guess, learning about it? These momentum trades, and what would you recommend anybody looking to getting into it? Like, what to look out for?
Okay, so I first learned about like small cap momentum and stuff from reading about guys like Tim Sykes, we talked about earlier. He used to trade penny stocks essentially, but that's all small cap momentum. And then there was a couple of guys I'm friends with who have like subscription services and stuff, I will point out, but I wasn't a member of their subscription. I met them before they started their services and stuff. But they're a good group of guys, and yeah, we all kind of bounced ideas off each other. So for somebody just starting to try to learn about that stuff, I would suggest there's a ton of free material on the internet. You could also join, a learning room or chat room or something like that to learn from guys who do it well. But small cap momentum is one of those things that you get familiar with and you learn over repeated, watching stocks move, essentially price action and stuff like that. In the small cap world, it's very manipulated, so it's easy to see, when things are going to happen based on the way the price is moving and the bid sizes and axe sizes. You can see like the players that are moving a stock essentially and what they're doing, and then it's predictable because the prices follow similar actions. I mean, if you look at a chart, I mentioned earlier the stock Kodak, GameStop. There was one recently, DWAC. I forget what the company name is, but that was the stock symbol. All of those charts look exactly the same because these small cap stocks, they move the same way every time. So you can, it's possible to exploit a move and use it to your advantage. So that's kind of what I do now. I mean, again, someone just starting out, I would just suggest trying to learn as much as you can, and then study the price movements of those, and go from there. I mean, that's pretty much it.
Makes sense. So essentially, what you done, you kind of circled yourself or surrounded yourself around people who were more experienced than you, so you got an accelerated sort of learning curve by learning through them.
Yeah, like I said, there's a ton of information out there, and I mean, I can't remember exactly when I started following that stuff, but I was reading up on it, and then came across a couple guys that I would ask questions or message and stuff, and then it kind of went from there. And I mean, like I say, there's a lot of ways to make money in the market. That was just one of them that I kind of zoned in on. And I'm more of a stats guy and data guy. So I remember like years ago, I started tracking, these stocks. I would track, like I had a spreadsheet and I was tracking their market cap. I was tracking, how much they moved intraday. I was tracking all that stuff, data. And then I would come up with like a data-driven trading strategy, essentially. So like, it's almost like autopilot now, where I can look at a stock, look at the numbers, and then know, what my probability is that it's going to move X amount, based on what it's done so far and stuff. So I would definitely recommend getting into statistics if you can for any type of trading, even the crypto guys. I mean, I'm sure it probably relates.
Yeah. So sounds like I think you mentioned earlier your the way you sort of scan it. You view the order book quite often for your sort of setups, your trading setups.
Say again.
Do you view the order book like level 2 trading? Are you looking at the amount of?
Yeah, level 2 is essential if you're day trading stocks, especially because you can see the depth of the market, and you can see the sizes on the bid, the sizes on the offer, and stuff like that. So yes, level 2 is essential for a day trader. That's trading stocks anyway.
Right.
Yeah,
I think it could be applied to crypto too. I think.
Right. I was just gonna say is that they have like an order book for crypto stuff.
Yes. In future,
Okay.
I reviewed it for futures trading.
Yeah, I know they have a futures. Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I would love to sit down one day and try to apply some of the stuff to crypto, because I'm sure it relates, and you can probably use it. Yeah, I know the technical analysis is very similar for sure.
The same.
Yeah, it'd be great if we can get you back on the show, Swan. Maybe we can just go live on the charts, the four of us, and maybe apply some of our methods. So for me, my trading style is different from Mandela. I believe Mandela does trade with that Elliott wave and fib levels. But with myself, normally I look at breakouts, through trend lines, support and resistance. I'm more of a level trader, and it works well for the pair of us, So sometimes we have a bit of a disconnect which way the price is going to go, but generally overall, I could say long, Mandela say short. But at the end of the week, we've both won our trades, and
that's the great thing about trading,
Yeah,
you could both be right.
Exactly. Yeah.
I wanted to. Sorry, go ahead.
No, I was just saying. Yeah, no, that's cool. And that's why things like groups like the Signature FX and stuff like that are great, because you get to bounce ideas off each other, and you can all better yourselves, right?
Yeah, sure. I don't want to put you on this spot, Swanee, because we have had this conversation before, but we do have 3 free groups where people share ideas and things like that. And I know initially, I think you said you would prefer not to be in them, but you're more than welcome to come into the groups. It's the 3 of us kind of moderate it. There's one stocks group, there's a Forex, and then there's a crypto one. So you can let me know.
Where's the groups? Is it like a WhatsApp group? Or?
Yeah, there's just 3 WhatsApp groups. They got maybe between 20 and 50 people in them, depending on which group it is. And it's people just sometimes sharing chart setups, sometimes it's news, sometimes it's a funny picture. But it would be great if you were interested to be a part of that as well. And you can always chime in
on the spot. Yeah, I'll hop in. I'll definitely join the stock one. I mean, Forex I'm not really following much, and crypto. Yeah, I'll join the stock one. Put me in the stock one.
Okay, cool, perfect. I'll add you. Okay, I had another question, because a lot of people focus on entry and people focus on the money. How important do you think it is to have a mental fitness? And what are some of the techniques that you use to control like emotions and things like that?
Techniques I use, I mean, it's important to have a life away from your screen and stuff like that. So, I mean, I like to get out and play a little golf, or, I remember when I was day trading full time out of university, I picked up the job at the water sports just for that reason, to get a mental break and relax and get out on the water and stuff like that. It does take a toll on you, especially like if you're day trading, because of the pressures. I mean, we were talking about this before the live started, but the pressure can weigh on you, especially if you've got a family and bills and stuff like that, which is one of the reasons that I took a full-time job outside of trading, was to have that balance and also not have the pressure of trying to trade to support, family and kids, stuff like that. So, advice for people, I would suggest getting a hobby or two or three and enjoying that as well, and remembering that there was life outside of the markets and it doesn't work for everybody. Don't be afraid to pack it in and try something new or different, or fall back on an old talent you had or whatever.
That's cool.
So real quick, Swanee, if you were to go back at your 21-year-old self, how would you make yourself much richer? Oh, no, just
Great question.
I would have I would have told myself at 21 to take some of the profits and stash them away. Because I remember when I was making good money, I was spending good money on silly things,
Right.
The usual stuff we would spend money on back then, like shoes and stuff like that, fancy watch or whatever.
Short-term objectives.
Yeah, and now looking, I wish I had some of that stashed away for a rainy day, or just stashed away. So I would tell my 21-year-old self, put some of those profits aside and save them. I would also tell my 21-year-old self, what am I now, 36, so that's 15 years ago. I would tell my 21-year-old self, hey, in 3 years, buy Bitcoin. Yeah, and I mean, I've had a couple of really good trades, but bad in the sense that now they would be so much more. So I guess it would be, don't rush to take profits, maybe take some, but not all. Longer term, you might be even better off. I remember I bought spot gold in university at like $500 an ounce, and now it's what, $1,800 an ounce. I mean, simple things like that. I think I sold it at like $595 an ounce or something.
Yeah. The beauty about it is, I was about to say, the beauty about it is that we're still young. A lot of people will start to have this interest at 50 or coming close to retirement, and it's not giving them much flexibility to sort of make those mistakes with capital. So I think you guys are definitely blessed to be in this space now where we could have that trial and error and have the benefit of time.
Yeah, sure. And I'm sure you guys would agree. Like, I mean, we all have kids, and I know I'm gonna be teaching my son as early as he's able, just a little bit of here and there, because he'll have such a head start even to what we had. I mean, we started relatively early, as we're saying, but even more of a head start than we had. I remember the day my son was born, I took some of the money that we'd been given for his baby shower, and I opened him an investment account, and I bought him like 3 shares of Apple, 2 shares of Microsoft, and stuff like that. So we might know the youngest Apple shareholder. Like, I don't know, but and when he's 18, I'll just give him that. I'll teach him about it and give him that account. Hopefully, he doesn't sell them, but he might. It's up to him. But you never know where it'll be. But for sure, getting an early start is probably essential. You really set yourself up for the future.
Yeah, I did the same for my children, man. The baby shower money, I'm like all covered, straight into an investment. I did a bit more aggressively, I put it into all crypto, but but I still think, it's with the research, like you said, if you learn about something, then you feel more comfortable of taking that risk, right? So for sure.
Okay. I had another question for you, Swanee. If you could give us some of the sources of some of your resources. So, do you listen to any podcasts, any shows? Are there any particular books that you could kind of share with people to do some homework? And anything else that you kind of look at on a daily basis that really helps to boost your trading performance?
Books, there's a bunch out there, but some of the staples that I've read and that I would recommend, Trading in the Zone by Mark Douglas is essential for a day trader. I mean, investing long term as well, but day trading. Andrew, you're looking to go day trading. I don't know if you've read that book yet, but you got it.
I have, yeah. So I've had it on an audio book a few times. So, yeah, probably one of my go-tos, actually. It's a really good book.
Yeah,
Who was the author, sorry?
Mark Douglas.
Okay.
Trading in the Zone.
I've read that one as well. I really rate that book.
Awesome.
Really
Yeah, there's we gained from that book there. I read a really good one for those people looking for like into growth stocks and stuff. It's called Rule Number 1 by a guy named Phil Town. It really hit home when I read it because he talks about, and when we were talking about crypto earlier, I was like, yeah, I stay away from it because I really don't know anything about it. Not as much as I would like to know before investing in it. But Phil Town talks about, only investing in stocks that you are familiar with, you use every day, the company and stuff like that. So draw 3 circles and say, what you're passionate about, where you spend money and how you make money, and whatever kind of in the middle of those 3 circles, as in falling in all 3 circles, look at stocks in that area. On a daily basis, I read, actually it's a newsletter that you signed me up for, or you told me about, called Morning Brew. You remember that?
Yeah.
I get the emails in the morning. I mean, I don't read it every morning, but a lot of times just when I'm looking to kill 10-15 minutes, I'll read it, and just a ton of good info in them, what's happening, what's not happening, what's moving. So
nice. I'm glad you still use that. I didn't realize you did. And it's the best price too. It's completely free.
Yeah, I was just gonna say the price. And then I'll just online just read the news, business news and stuff like that. I don't really watch the investing channels on TV anymore. I used to watch them every day, but you realize a lot of that stuff is kind of hyped up and pumped up anyway.
Yeah.
Other than that, just search online. Ton of info online for whatever you're trying to learn about.
So Swan, is there anything else you'd like to add before we start to wrap things up?
Not really. I appreciate you guys having me on here. It was fun to chat with you all, and hopefully we can do it again sometime.
Yeah.
When you planning on doing the next?
So I think it'd be great maybe if we can get one towards the end of January 2022 if you're available. But there's just one thing I would add, Swanee, is regards to Signature FX, you are a life honorary member, and in a way you are like the godfather of Signature FX. So without your guidance to Mandela, I think Mandela and I never would have met, and we never would have maybe followed our dreams of doing something that we love. So ultimately it really is thanks to yourself. So I'm really, really grateful you've come on the show and giving us some of your knowledge as well. It's been a really, really good interview.
Hey, no worries. It was a pleasure, and I like I said, I support what you guys are doing for sure. So it was enjoyable, and I'm glad that I had a little impact on others. I mean,
quite a big impact on me for sure. So
thank you. Man.
Huge impact. I don't think I would be into trading had it not been for you kind of getting into it first and sharing that it could be done.
Yeah, I mean, you might have been into it, but maybe not at the time you did or whatever. You might have been later in life. But yeah, I'm glad we're all where we are now and onwards and upwards.
Lots of nuggets there.
Wow, guys, that was great. What an interview. Really, really enjoyed that. And there's just so many takeaways, and probably like a lot of our other interviews, I go back and watch that a couple of times, especially now over the Christmas break. But for me, probably the main takeaway for me was about day trading. So that's something I've been working on and something I'm looking towards for next year. And just listening to what Swanee was saying regarding how hard it is, the pressures of day trading, I'm going to take all that on board, and for sure it's going to be something and a read into and definitely look into before the new year. So what about yourselves, PJ? What's your biggest takeaway from the interview?
Yeah, likewise. I haven't really day traded stocks and options like consistency. I'll see an opportunity and take it now and then. But 2022 is definitely one of the things that I wanted to try to be more consistent with. And he gave me a nice bit of material to do a little bit of research with the books I Trade in the Zone by Mark Douglas and Rule Number One. So
I'd say
there's two.
I say Mandela. That's a great post into the comments during the interview. With you posted the link for Amazon. But guys, before you go buying a book, I do believe it's free on YouTube. So please have a look. You might be able to actually view that for free.
Yeah. I think you're right. I just wanted to put them up here so that people can see they are available. But for me, the main thing for me, I think there were a few things that I just wanted to kind of put out there, which were basically who was the person that got you interested in trading? Everybody has that one person who has always been into trading or who has kind of introduced you initially into it. For me, it was Swanee. And to be able to have him on the show and talk about how he got started, it was really great to kind of to hear that, because a lot of the information he shared I wasn't aware of. And just for the Christmas holidays, it may be worth it reaching out to the person that got you into trading. And I think it's one of those things, either you like it or you don't. You have a passion for it, or you have a curiosity, or it could just be something that is not for you. And that's all I really wanted to share from the interview.
I think it's how you get introduced to it as well, because you could get bored with all the jargon, you could get bored with all the things that you don't understand, but just stick with it. It will benefit you once you grasp the concepts, for sure.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Just to pick up on that. So we say about the guy that introduces to trading. Sorry guys, it sounds like I'm echoing. Does it sound okay to you?
You sound okay to me. I don't know.
I heard a delay.
You hear a delay?
Yeah.
Okay.
Hopefully this comes through a bit clearer. I think it was hard enough my accent to understand. But okay, just want to pick up in one of the questions. So we got the Goddard's Ministry here. And what are the cons of investing? And if anyone wants to answer that question or any advice.
I think that's a really good question, because I think we focus a lot on where we went right. And there are quite a lot of risks involved, and maybe that's something that we can look at in next year's shows. I think some of the things, when you're talking about cons, you could just be involved with a bad broker or bad exchange. You also could just not have enough time to dedicate to it. And you're not putting in the amount of hours that it takes to kind of to focus on it properly. And I guess my answer is you have to kind of be honest with yourself and know that you're gonna come across a lot of different stumbling blocks. Things like people who will give you a get rich quick scheme. There are going to be all sorts of things in your journey, but I think if you're able to kind of persevere through it, and Ryan talked about this quite a bit, you can navigate your way to be a successful trader / investor. I don't know how you guys feel about that as well.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I guess the most common, if you're going to talk about what's the cons in investing, people lose money, right? So the most common reason why a lot of people will probably lose money is by not having a proper understanding of risk management, and also trading without stop losses and things like that. So once you could sort of get that under your belt as far as understanding, then you will be able to mitigate those losses a lot better.
Yeah. Andrew, you as well?
Yeah, guys. So this is the issue with when we go live. Is guys, it sounds as if I'm blocking or as if I'm in and out of service. Don't know how you two can hear me.
Yeah,
I hear you okay. You hear him echoey?
Yeah.
Okay, guys. So I'm probably going to wrap the show up from my end. I don't know. It's a shame, actually. But, yeah, so from me, cracking interview. And what we probably do is, I'm very tempted to pick up on this, guys, and maybe we'll revisit this interview maybe towards the end of the year, in the new year, when technology doesn't let us down. It really is a shame. But,
yeah. So, Andy, PJ, you hear an echo through Andrew's mic? You do? Okay.
Yeah,
Andrew, would you mind just try this experiment? Just leave and come right back in. Just pop out and pop back in. See, they may fix it.
That's one way to get rid of me. Okay.
You come right back in.
We do have YouTube's open.
Well, we have, maybe he has the YouTube open. That may be an issue. Also, close the YouTube if you have it open. I wanted to try and get to the competitions before we finish off.
For those that don't know, we have these WhatsApp challenges every month. Just fun. You know what I mean? It helps you to just pay attention to the market and stuff.
Yeah, Andrew, let's try a test now.
Hi, guys. So I can still hear PJ blocking and myself. So,
all right, let's try this. Is that any better?
Okay, guys, this is a blooper for sure. But yeah,
that's better.
That's better.
That's better.
Working. Yeah.
Okay, let's leave it like that.
Okay.
Okay.
So what did you do?
I think all I did was I closed out the image. So if we wanted to do charts, I don't know if your echo is going to come back, but we can just keep it with the three of us. You want to do the competitions now? Let's knock it out.
Yeah, come on then. Let's go.
All right, let's do it. Okay, so as PJ said, each month we do competitions in the WhatsApp groups. The Savvy Investors is focused on trade in stocks. And congratulations to Colin. The ticker symbol was GOLD. That's for Barrick Gold. And Colin was the closest to the pin or closest to the number. And he's going to win lunch with me, where we can pick each other's brains and go over a few things while we're having a nice meal. So, Colin, thanks again for participating. The next competition is going to be for Facebook. So this is the social media company formerly known as Facebook. It's now known as Metaverse. And they actually changed they were supposed to change their ticker from FB to MVRS on December 1st. They ended up delaying it until Q1 2022. But anyway, ticker symbol FB as of right now. This is what everybody knows as Facebook. Please post what you think the price will be midnight at the end of the year. So midnight, December 31st. Please post it in the WhatsApp chat. Next up.
Crypto Wizards competition. Congratulations, Kyle. You know, he was the first to or closest to Dash. I can't even remember what the actual price was. Was it $179 at the time? It's been in a downtrend lately. The crypto market's been taking licks, but congratulations.
Cool. And then
well done, Kyle.
Well done. Yeah, well done. Here we go. This is the new one.
Okay, so everybody's worried about what's going on with Bitcoin. Has it peaked? Is it just going sideways for a bit? So December 31st, put in your bids for where you feel Bitcoin's going to reach at the end of the month.
Cool.
And guys, the Forex competition. So hola, Patron Williams. Well done. So we had told you guys I've been watching way too much Spanish TV. But well done, Ryan. He won the competition with the Mexican peso. That was great. So guys, we got a bit of a two-horse race in the Forex competition now between Misha and Ryan. So I'm really, really looking forward to December's competition and who the winner's going to be. So we're looking at, guys, the price of euro and the Great British Pound. And may the best Forex trader win. So again, from me, I'm going to fund your Forex trading accounts. And I know there's a little bit of a backlog at the moment, but that will be done for sure this month. But come on, guys, whoever's in the Forex group, let's have a different winner end of the month, please. That'll be really, really good.
Yeah, awesome. Just a reminder, everybody in all the groups, please post by the end of day Wednesday, just so we can get all our posts in.
Yes.
All right. That's it. That's the show, everybody.
Yeah, it's been, guys. It's really a shame we had that little technical difficulty, and God's Ministries come back and said we're sounding better. But really enjoyed really enjoyed the interview. And we got 5 minutes left, guys. So just to put you on the spot, we've had some amazing guests throughout the year. I've really enjoyed the show. It's like I say all the time, we're just starting out, and I think every show's getting better. But so for you, and I'm willing to go first, who's been your favorite guest and why?
Oh, I wasn't prepared for this one.
Oh yeah, definitely not prepared.
Okay, so guys, I'm willing to go first because I put
the you know you.
Yes, I'm practicing. No, just to give you guys some time to think. So first of all, I've really enjoyed all the guests. I think from guest one to our final guest for 2021, they've all been amazing. They've really all brought excellent information to the table. But for me, it's going to be Terry Too Cool. And the reason being is, for me, so since I've been trading, it's all about being about investment and making dollars and, getting those dollars in the bank. But I never really thought of, like a money saving expert that Terry is. I never really thought, about these money diaries and, some of the ideas she gave us. So I thought it was a refreshing way to look at things, so I think some of the ideas Terry gave me was a great way to fund, my trading, my crypto, and my Savvy Investor account. So I loved all the interviews, but I think for me, if I was giving out medals, I'd probably give it to Terry. So Terry, thank you very much.
Nice. Like, what about you, P? What are you thinking?
It's hard, man. It's hard to choose because I feel each person that we've interviewed brought a different element to what we was trying to accomplish, right? As far as we're just trying to strike a conversation. Nobody's posing as experts or not trying to be like the lighthouse for everybody's investment endeavors. But I just feel for me, somebody I just wanted to have a conversation with for the longest while has always been Ryan Swan. So yeah, he definitely was one of, I could say, probably one of the favorites.
Yeah, that's a good choice. That's a really good choice. Yeah, it was for me as well. It's nice to kind of, it's almost like having lunch with Ryan or having dinner with Ryan and being able to pick his brain. And that's, I think, one of the advantages of having these shows and things like that. I would say if I had to pick one person, I do like a little bit of each one of our interview guests.
For sure. Yeah.
It's they're all special in their own way. And I do know Swanee was talking about investing with a friend, and his name is Zakomo. And I think it would be great if we can get Zakomo on the show.
Yes.
I'm kind of just thinking off the top of my head.
I was going to throw that out there too.
Yeah, because Zakomo was the one that Swanee really worked closely with. So we're just thinking about more guests, I think, in the new year, trying to continue to give you guys shows just like this. And there's also another person. I want to shout out Work Academy, our high school. We did invite members of our high school to watch today, and there is one of the people from our year, Della, is a full-time trader. So that's another person I think would be great to get her on.
She's amazing.
Yeah,
I used to tease them like, that's just a front. You moved away to England and became a drug kingpin. And she's like, shut up. So she sent me a video of her actually doing a live options trade. And I said, okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, it would be nice to get Dallo on for sure.
Yeah. So more to come, onwards and upwards. And I think I enjoy every episode. I would have to say I also enjoyed Swanee, because if you think about the person that kind of got you into trade and being able to see where they've come, there's a satisfaction there that I think was special for me. I'm not trying to take your answer, PJ. But
no, it's mutual. It's and for me also, like I would say another person that I did enjoy having, is always fun talking to, was Ryan Williams as well.
Yeah, definitely.
I thought that was actually going to be Andrew's answer, but how excited he was to have the link up.
So guys, if Ryan's watching, I'm sorry. If he's not watching, please don't tell him I chose Terry. But no, guys, all the guests have been amazing, and I just want to give my gratitude to all of them for coming on the show. But just for me, Terry just sort of flipped my like the philosophy on its head, where basically, it's not about chasing the dollar or making dollars. Actually, I can just, being a little bit savvy, being a little bit more clever with what I got. Yeah, I can go a long way, and that's what I enjoyed. That was my takeaway from that. But yeah, I've really, really enjoyed all the guests. It's been amazing. I really can't wait for 2022. We're definitely going to get all the guests back on, because with Ryan, I loved his energy on the show. Yeah, it was, tell we all really enjoyed ourselves, and it was really good fun. And with our first guest as well, with Jonathan, that was amazing as well. So it's just been a brilliant year, and I can't believe it's the end of 2021. It's just gone so fast since we started.
Can't forget Zuri Darrell as well. That was
brilliant.
That was great. That was great to have as well. Somebody who I think lives and breathes it, and it's full-time job is invested. Yeah, exactly. We do have a lot of questions or comments in the group. I wanted to just post some of those just before we lose people. So Sheldon Johnston was saying Facebook equals Meta, actually, and I think that's what we were trying to say. I was trying to say that Facebook is now Meta. And that was the competition for the Savvy Investors group. Also got Swanee listening and able to say it was a pleasure. So definitely getting you back on, Swanee. And it was nice to have you on the show. Really fun.
Thank you, Swanee.
Yeah. And then Sophie Knight, not exactly sure what she's saying. I know ARK is they have ETFs, but really appreciate the posts. Also, Khalees saying great convo. So thank you very much, Khalees. I know who you are, and thank you for everything that you continue to do to help the show to grow.
Thanks, Khalees.
Yeah. All right. Any other words that we wanted to share? We're coming up to just after the hour.
How's you guys trading week been? Has it been?
I wish you wouldn't ask. Is that the time? I gotta go.
Yeah, it's been rough. It's been rough.
So guys, it's been a hard week for me from Forex. So I think I sent out 3 trades I was taking in the Forex community. I'm still in the trades, but if I was a better trader, I would have probably taken a stop loss. But I haven't. I still believe my trades are set for the right direction. But we'll see end of the week, and we'll see on tonight's open, to be honest. But yeah, it hasn't been a good week. I've just been I got 3 trades open in the Forex market, and yeah, I'm stuck in them at the moment. If I don't see a positive move by the end of Monday GMT, I'll probably stop out on them and then put my feet up for Christmas.
Yeah, I was thinking the same. I was looking at a few things, but trying to find opportunities right now. I believe there's a lot of manipulation going on at this point as well. From my software, I get these yellow axes when big whales come in and manipulate the market, and there's been a lot of them lately. So, it's been hard, especially for the little trading competition.
Yeah, I don't want to talk about that right now.
All right, I will speak.
Andrew, do you want to just let people know about the side bet and at least let them know what the side bet is if this is their first show?
Yeah, so guys, on every show we run a little side bet. So first of all, I was against the side bet, and I wouldn't play with Mandela in the side bet. So him and PJ decided to go head to head every month on The Price is Right or Trading Competition or some other financial challenge. And at the moment, we're at what we call it. We're at a dead eek at the moment. So Mandela's on 3 points, and PJ's on 3 points. So going into the end of 2021, it's winner takes all, and these guys are actually doing a trade off by the end of this month. And at the moment, I haven't checked the prices, but from Mandela's reaction, I got and from PJ's reaction, I got a feeling PJ's in the lead for sure.
And we're both doing nice great.
Yeah, it's going to be good. So I try to be gentle on these guys this year, because whoever wins the side bet, they're going to take my place as the referee. Then I'm going to step into their shoes and go through 12 months of side bets. So whoever wins, guys, I keep saying it, be gentle on me, please. Looking forward to it.
Yeah, I think
7 more days.
Yeah, 7 more days, and I've been doing terribly. So initially I started losing, and I said, you know what? Maybe it's better for me to just be the referee. I should just go for referee status, and that's why I don't want to say my score right now.
So are you saying you're trying to lose on purpose?
I'm not trying to lose. I have a strategy,
Guys,
and we're going to achieve that goal.
No, so the winner becomes the referee, Mandela.
The winner? I thought it was the loser. Okay. All right, got to turn things around then.
Yeah. Okay, got a week to do it. So, guys, we're over the hour mark, and it's been a great show. I'm gonna make a move, guys, if that's okay, and I will catch up with you over Christmas, and we'll speak soon.
All right.
Yes.
Thank
You.
Okay,
thank you. Thanks
Take
so much.
it easy, man.
Cheers, guys.
Cool. All right, P, you want to close out the show? Why don't we do something crazy?
Like what?
I don't know. Tell everybody to continue watching our shows and try and binge watch all of our episodes before the new year.
Go back and check, know, who we had mentioned, and see who probably tickled your fancy. Like I know we're just starting out, bro, with us. Nobody's professionals yet, but we're trying to do a positive thing, just stimulate the conversation of investing and trading. So just check out the rest of our videos on Signature FX on YouTube. And yeah, man. Happy holidays to everybody.
Yeah, same here. Happy holidays. Enjoy the holidays. Yeah. I think it's a good time to kind of look back on everything in your life. And
this year especially, COVID's been a wreck for everybody,
Yeah, it
trying
is.
to get some normalcy back going, and definitely check out the rest of the videos. It might be, just check them out.
Yeah. All right, cool. I'm gonna give one wise word of wisdom, and that's gonna be, what is chaos for the fly is normal for the spider. And in investing, you always want to be the spider. You always want to be the one who has set the trap and the one who is stepping back and trapping the flies. Swanee made a very good point when we were talking about mental game, which was focusing on like longer term. So sometimes it's nice to kind of take a step back, and so what is chaos for the fly is normal for the spider, and you always want to make sure that we're all Spider-Man. My son is so much into Spider-Man right now, and I'm like, yeah, I am too. I'm the Spider-Man, and I'm showing him the charts, and he's like, what's that? Wiggly worms? That's not Spider-Man. But yeah, that's my 2 words for today.
Which makes a lot of sense, man. It makes a lot of sense because everybody tries to be reactionary, and sometimes, the better traders could kind of sit back, and just assess everything from a macro point of view and be able to pick up on opportunities. But that's a great piece of advice.
Thank you,
everybody.
P. Thank you. I think you could probably share this with me, P, especially when starting out. The tendency is to try and find out what is the secret to successful investing. Like, what is it that I need to do to make money? And I think if you take the time to go back and listen to the interview with Swanee, it's all laid out there. It's different for everybody. You have to have a passion and you have to have a curiosity. And I can't tell you how to live your life. I can't tell you what's going to make you a happy human being. And I can't tell you how you're going to trade successfully.
Absolutely. One thing that is consistent with everybody is those that have stuck with it. They could say that they have taken licks, they've taken bumps, they've made mistakes. So when you find yourself in those positions, just know that that's normal, and just assess the situation and try to figure out what you did wrong, and try not to make those mistakes again. And there's a lot of content on the internet, where you can look up certain strategies and stuff. So yeah, it really benefits to do your research.
Yeah. Thanks, P. All right, that's it. Have a happy holidays, everybody.
Yes.
And we'll talk to you all later. Cool.
Peace.